Hello, everybody. This is Madman Bob speaking, and today I just wanted to do a quick, fun little thing here where I provide some commentary for some of my old animations that I did. Before we start here, I just wanted to warn you guys, these are a little older. These are from maybe a year or two ago. Some of them a little more recent, but for the most part, they're like a year or two ago. But I figured this would just be a fun little thing to do. So without further ado, let's watch some of my older animations. Now this, of course, is an intro I made for a temporarily on hiatus show that I was doing called Bat Dude. Now this was supposed to be the intro, and obviously I'm not going to be able to monetize this video now because of the song that's playing, Guided by Voices, Game of Pricks. But for real though, go check out that song. It's actually a cool song, especially if you like mid-90s grunge. Now this is another intro that I was doing for a show that I'm currently working on right now called Who Loves You, and it stars a couple of characters that you may or may not recognize, but I'm sure you do recognize because I draw them all the time. And you should be seeing them now. Like, surely you've seen these guys, because I draw them a lot. But this is currently a show that I'm doing. Rob Swine, Bill Porco. But this is a show that I'm doing currently. And now I'm going for the cell aesthetic, which you don't really see here, because this is more like a prototype of anything. And my god, how egotistical was that, huh? Shit! And now, here we go. This is interesting. Now, this is the very first official Who Loves You short. Now, there are some differences in this from what you're going to be seeing in the pilot that I'm doing. Rob Oswald Swine and Bill Bonzo Porco. I do not like those middle names at all. And this intro is way too damn long. I would not do that today.
Aren't you afraid you're going to hurt yourself?
The intro is way too long. Oh, look at that guy back in the freezer. Now that's a running gag I may still do on the show.
You okay, Bill?
Where I'll just have this random dead guy just show up in the background somewhere. It's dark, but it's funny. Also, you'll notice the name of the town if you want to go back, but it says York. I changed that. Now the town is called Mooseville. Okay, now this is a satire of 1950s coffee ads. Now I animated this from an app called Ibis Paint X, so I had to draw the frames like cells, and I had to apply the shadow underneath them. It was a very, very time-consuming process. I think it took me like a few weeks to do it, but eventually I completed it, and it looks nice. I love the aesthetic of it. It looks nice. This was done February of last year. This is when I was still doing painted backgrounds. I may continue doing painted backgrounds for certain projects, but it's not a Who Loves You thing, though. Here is the second Who Loves You short. Revenge. There it is. That is the only time you're ever going to hear Bill canonically say, fuck. It's his revenge. And now here's a satire of a show that I hold really near and dear to my heart called Lost in Space from 1965. A little bit of trivia. That little device he's holding says Rimco on it. Rimco was a toy company back in the 60s, and they were licensed to make toys for the original Lost in Space series, and they even created a cool robot figure back in 1966, which is amazing. And those robots also showed up in one of the original episodes. I can't remember what the name of that episode was, but it was cool regardless. Now here's the third Who Loves You short I did. Now this one is totally on cells. Though it's very crude, but I think I get better with cell animation later, as you'll see in a minute. does is these stinking little doodles while I just sit up here wasting away as time goes
by,
waiting for him to animate me into something. Thanks a lot, Joe.
Yeah, that's a problem I still have today, procrastination on projects, but hopefully by the end of the year, the Who Loves You pilot will finally be finished. This was done on tracing paper. That wasn't cell, that was tracing paper. Now this is totally on cell. This is what I mean. This is where I somewhat improved on my cell animation. Still a little rough, but I like it. And there's some live action footage for you. I've always loved the concept of live action footage in a cartoon. It's funny to me because it's just so surreal. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's funny. It's the funniest thing to me. Now this is digital, but I was still going for that cellular aesthetic. Of course, that was a takeoff of 1950s anti-communist, pro-smoking stuff, which was really prevalent back in those days. And that is the end of the compilation. Hopefully I'll be able to do that again sometime in the future if I can release more animations. This is Madman Bob signing off, and I will catch you guys in the padded cell. Stay insane, my friends.